Like them beautiful patriots say, you just can't make this up. Jessica Tarlov trending once again on the 5. And the top comment with thousands of likes says, Jessica is what's wrong with this country. You just can't make this up, man. But I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life. Let's go and enjoy the show today. Make sure y'all get y'all refreshments, your little popcorn, whatever. Just be careful. Don't run y'all cholesterol up. I know some of y'all got, high blood pressure, cholesterol, and your CCG levels and your sodium levels. Make sure you stay, do the right thing now. I know some of y'all get a little out of control. Watch your sugar levels. Watch your sugar levels and your TCG levels now. Y'all don't do that. You've been doing good these last couple of years. Don't come on here and get excited now. It got to be too big to rig, baby. Too big to rig. Now, we was on them peaches and cream moonshine a couple hours ago, so I went out and got cookies and cream. So me gonna pull this cookies and cream up now, and then in a couple more hours we're gonna try that blueberry raspberry drizzle. Yeah. See, them patrons ain't never had that right there. Yeah, that's that real shine right there. It's that you think it's clear. It ain't clear. Now it ain't. You think what it is, and you get yourself in trouble. Back in the day, they used to pass around them jars at night. We do it in broad daylight. Cheers. Don't let them forget that. Don't let them forget it, man. Very, very powerful. They trying to bury you. Don't let them forget. Let me get a... Dude, that's that put some hair on your back. Don't let them forget that though, y'all. That right there means a lot to everybody. It should. I know a lot of people on this channel, we take that right there. It's deep in the soul, man. A man that's fighting for us. A man that puts America first. A man that's willing to die for what he believes in, man. To die to save America. The man took a bullet for us, man. The man took a bullet for democracy. Democracy, huh? Constitutional republic, huh? But very, very powerful, man. Don't let them forget that, man. They're trying to bury that. Do not let them forget. This has been one time to be alive. I tell you that. 2024. I know it's been very entertaining for a lot of people. But we are living in some dark, disgraceful, woke, crazy times, man. Filled with a lot of hatred, bias reporting, people just wiping this man through the mud. Wiping his VP through the mud. Wiping his whole team through the mud. Just imagine where we would be at if they treated Trump fairly. Just imagine where we would be at in this country, man, if they actually treated him fairly. But said he was going to be a dictator on day one. Everything they said he was going to do in his last presidency made people look stupid now. And once again, they're trying to say he's going to do this, he's going to do that. Project 2025, this and that, this and that. He's going to take your rights away. It's nonsense, man. And I'm glad that a lot of people are waking up and seeing what's actually going on. They're sick of the lies, sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I just don't know how anybody is clapping for this. Me and Joe are doing such a great job. The Bidenomics is working. Joe is as sharp as a tack. And then we get to the debate. And the thing is, everybody knew. People wasn't surprised. So a lot of people were surprised, but the real ones knew. We already knew. Well, we already knew. But hey, it was a cheap fake, a deep fake. What you're seeing is AI edited. It isn't real. We seen elderly abuse a long time ago. But he's as sharp as a tack. Poor fella, man. Joe should have been on the beach a long time ago, enjoying the rest of his time, man. And now y'all done ran this thing, you know, have tore this place up, man. Millions are struggling and dying now. At even higher levels. Suicide rates are up. Depression is up. Anxiety is up. People are sick and tired, in pain, 2 to 3, 4 jobs. Riding with them check engine lights on. I'm for real. Y'all know we make jokes about it and have good laughs, you know, because there's a lot of us that can relate to that kind of stuff. But it's real, man. It's the truth. You know, they see that gas handle light come on and still keep riding. Yeah. Got to go inside grocery stores and make life decisions. You know, people are still trying to figure out why is the apartment payment compared to 2 house payments. Just can't make this stuff up, man. And then they pull out these inflation rates and come down or something. And people are like, what are you talking about? What are we looking at? What's going on? What is the government reporting? Unbelievable, man. Got people on live on air, voters breaking down, crying, trying to figure out how they're gonna feed their kids. It's real out here, man, and a lot of people are waking up. And this is why a lot of people are on the Trump train as well. Even registered Democrats on the Trump train, never Trumpers, people that hated Trump. And again, it has to be facts over emotions. A lot of people still have emotions. You know, maybe he said this, he said that. It hurt your feelings. But a lot of people are coming to you know, they're coming to their senses. Facts over emotions, man. Common sense. Can we make common sense great again? As you can see, we have no common sense. And all this woke, progressive, all this lunatic stuff that she, man, boy, we in big trouble. But it has to be too big to rig, man. It has to be too big to rig so that we stay out of trouble, man. And that we can at least get back on track. So start somewhere to getting back on track. And I believe that Trump Vance ticket is qualified to at least to start to get us back on track, man. You know, we can actually bring common sense back. Because right now we don't have it. But let's go and get into this 5 take. Sorry for me yapping and japping. I know I got to stop yapping and japping, man. I'm off this. When I get off that shine, y'all know when I get off that shine, I get to speaking the truth in here. And it get real. I'm off that yarn.
He's overseeing a fake news kingdom. According to Axios, the Harris campaign has been caught red-handed rewriting news headlines, giving them a pro-Kamala spin, and then posting the phony results within Google search ads. A source familiar with the Harris team is defending the practice, saying that they are simply giving voters, quote, more context. But if Team Kamala wants to give voters more information, maybe they should tell their AWOL candidate to stop hiding and face the press. It's been 24 days since VP Harris kicked off her presidential campaign, and she's still MIA on the press conferences. Even the liberal media is starting to beg her surrogates for one.
What's on the vice president's schedule today?
Well, she's traveling and talking to voters and getting her message out there to the American people.
I don't think she's got any campaign events on the schedule today, does she?
Well, she and Governor Walz have been traveling across the country.
Would it kill you guys to have a press conference? Why hasn't she had a press conference?
Listen, the vice president and Governor Walz have been busy crisscrossing this country.
Can you commit to a press conference before the end of the month?
We will commit to directly engage with the voters that are actually going to decide this election.
Unbelievable. And it's funny. It is funny for a lot of people. It's so funny. So funny, y'all. We know what the true leader, where the true leadership is, man. They're not hiding. They're not hiding in corners. They're not ducking and dodging. They're walking on the CNNs, the MSNBCs. They're walking in the lion's den. You know, Trump. You see, Trump has showed up everywhere nobody else wants to go. And he doesn't care if they treat him disrespectfully, nasty, rude, which we've all seen. We've all seen these reporters just completely just try to just bait the man, just try to just make him look such as a nasty, evil racist person, and I love, same with JD, and I love how he went on there and just completely shut it down, put his foot down. And now Dana Bash is getting all kind of, backlash and stuff. But these fellas are going on there setting the record straight. They're not hiding. And they're talking about what they're going to do to solve problems and issues. They're talking about policy, stuff that actually matters. And what does the liberal mainstream media do on all these headlines? They try to spin and take things out of context and still try to make these fellas look terrible, man. You just can't make this stuff up. And people are waking up and seeing what's actually going on. Ridiculous, man.
All right, Dana, isn't this symbolic of who she is? Fake it till you make it?
Well, I would also say this. If it's working for you, why change it? Because I think, so it's Wednesday. I think, couldn't she get through the next 2 days without doing an interview? Yeah. And then they're going to see her a lot next week during the convention. So you can keep it going for another at least 10 days probably. And then maybe she sits down with an interviewer, maybe like the Monday or the Tuesday after the convention, and tries to get some sort of nice run into Labor Day. She will talk to the media at some point. It's not like she never will. And I think the media is starting to pay attention. The Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post editorial board had a whole list of questions. They're like, here's all these things we would love to ask her. I mean, at some point it will. Like, let's go back to my metaphor of the Jenga campaign. Right now it's super easy, and they're pulling these things, and it's easy to put it on, and it gets harder as you get a little bit closer. But no doubt, the media is not pressing her because they're not able to get to her. But also, President Trump, you said it in the A block, he has to make the case against her because the media is not going to do it. Like, the Republicans can complain that the media is not doing that, and then this nonsense of changing the headlines that were already good for her.
Yes.
They changed to be even better for her. And do you think about that guy from the one guy from the Washington Post last week in the White House briefing room said, "What are you going to do about Trump talking to Elon Musk? I mean, shouldn't you stop this? There's so much misinformation." And they're like, "Oh, well, we would never do that." But they would do this. I'm pointing up there because there's graphics that I can see that you can't, apparently.
And Greg, isn't that the issue? I mean, you've got big tech and the Democrats and the mainstream media. They've been out of their minds over the possibility of misinformation and disinformation. And yet for this, you could doctor up headlines. You can do a political ad on TV, and the sheriff comes out and says she didn't do anything in this case, and it's okay.
Yeah, it's just greedy. Right?
Yeah,
it's like, do you really need to do this? Aren't they already biased enough in your favor?
Yeah.
It's like, it reminds me of what some of us kids did with report cards. You turn an F into an A. But it was kind of like they already got the A, and it's like you wanted an A plus. That is greedy.
I did that.
Yeah, I bet you did. According to an MRC poll, over 70% of Democrats aren't familiar with Harris's radical policies.
Yep.
And that's a win for Harris.
Yep.
But it's got to be weird to be happy when fewer people know about your beliefs. Like, they don't think I'm as crazy as I really am. Maybe rethink your beliefs. If you're grateful that you're hiding them from the public, why not just listen to the public and have to worry about what you said before? It's like a cheating husband. What did I say before? I've got to keep lying. No, why don't you just listen to the people? But right now, I think what you're saying is, you know what Kamala Harris is to the media? It's her second wife. Joe, Joe's gone, and they got the second. Oh, it's the second wife. It's
she's
like
younger,
she's
prettier.
younger. Let her spend some money. Don't get to, because you're gonna get tired of her soon enough.
You really do come up with the best analogy.
Yeah, thank you.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, bro. Greg comes up with the best analogies, bro. Even I love that his one that he took, his take last week went viral, man. On why you should honestly really take a look on why you're voting for Trump, and he broke it down so perfectly, man. And again, and I even posted it. I said, if never Trumpers see this, never Trumpers, they're gonna vote Trump. That's how good he broke it down, man. Shout out to Greg. What a good fella.
Very much. That was just off the top of my head.
And, Charlie, the media is already on her side. She's changing headlines, and they're already headlines in her favor. So she's going above and beyond.
Like I tell y'all, we are not against a candidate, man. We are against the machine. The media has built a candidate, man. Worst approval rating, unpopular. You look at the record. I mean, and again, I would be scared to debate Trump in 3 debates myself if I had that kind of record and seeing what I've accomplished in the last 3.5, 4 years as vice president. Oh, sorry, Mr. Trump. Sorry, I can't do it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Mr. Trump. You know what, matter of fact, I'm stepping down, sir. I'm being real. I'm stepping down. Y'all can have this. You got it, Mr. Trump. You got Mr. President Trump. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Yeah, I'd be ducking and dodging too. Shoot.
But it's almost like state-run media. They're fine with it. I mean, 25 days.
Yeah, and I think it's staggering, and it is like state-run media. And by the way, it's 2 different entities that do not care about this changing of the headlines. One is Google. They're like, well, it's legal, whatever. Yeah. But whether it's legal or not, or it goes by their rules or not. You're talking about The Guardian, you're talking about all of these different newspapers, these news outlets, who should be upset that this is the misinformation that they've been yelling at us about for so long. But I do think that at some point the public recognizes this. And I know that people complain about, Trump does these big long speeches and he talks about all this stuff, and even some Republicans wish that he wouldn't be quite so entertaining, but he doesn't have a choice. If he wants to break through these people and get his message to regular voters, like the voter that we saw in that clip in the first block, the only way it's going to happen is if Donald Trump does it and does it in his way. And it's not like this is not something you learn at politician school. Trump didn't go to politician school. And so, yeah, maybe he colors outside the lines when he goes into these things and he says things that aren't particularly politic. But if it breaks through, it's the only way he can win.
Newsweek had a headline, Jessica, and they rewrite Trump's pledge to eliminate taxes on tips as, quote, Kamala Harris's tax proposal. And they go on to say that the majority of Republicans endorse her tax proposal.
Yeah, so
I mean, isn't that a bit much?
Well, the thing with the no tax on tips policy, which the Democratic senators have endorsed, and it has bipartisan popularity, but there is a distinction between the way the Democrats would do it and the way that Trump would do it. So the way the Kamala Harris plan would work is there would be an income limit, because right now there's a loophole in Trump's approach which would allow people like corporate lawyers, for instance, to take advantage of it, or people who work at hedge funds. So they want to make sure that it's actually for people who are earning low wages. And I should note that the Culinary Union came out and endorsed Kamala Harris. Donald Trump went on this whole thing like, I'm so good for the servers, and he did this in Las Vegas. They talked to a woman who said, my tips are getting taxed, and the Culinary Union didn't care and endorsed Kamala, who they believe will be better for her.
Did y'all see that, Greg? That was Greg. Greg's like, oh boy, here it comes. Oh man. Oh, Judge Jeanine, I don't even know why you even asked. I don't know. We could have just skipped Jessica. I ain't gonna lie to you. We could have just skipped Jessica.
But it was not her tax proposal. In fact, 2 years ago, she voted to strengthen the IRS.
I'm saying there's bipartisan support for it, but the way that she's doing
Kamala.
But you see, she's quick to forget though. Yeah, when we pull out the actual facts and what actually happened, what they hired over 80,000 IRS agents.
Right, she is. Well, but she's part of bipartisan, which is why Jackie Rosen is also in support of it. Can I say also about the no press conferences thing? I've not spoken to one regular Democrat, no one who works in media, who cares about this at all, to Dana's point. They are living in the coconut-pilled moment, and when it ends, and I'm sure that She will do interviews. Maybe she'll sit down with Leslie Stahl and she'll do it with Tim Walz and do something big after the convention. But she will be in front of people nonstop next week. And in terms of the standard, holding her to her old policies, and maybe this backfires on her in some ways, the most accurate representation of what kind of policies Kamala Harris supports are the ones that came out of the Biden-Harris administration. And she's going to have to live with that. If that's not good for inflation, that's one thing. If it's trending in her direction, which I believe that it is, maybe it ends up better. But Donald Trump has been, for instance, saying that he's going to introduce a big, beautiful health care plan. And there are no specifics on it. And Kamala is being held to a standard where she has to tell you the nuts and bolts of things, where people are saying, you tell us exactly that. She's supposed to talk about her economic plan on Friday. The press is already saying it'll be, quote, light on detail. They don't know. Could it be as light as big and beautiful? I doubt it.
Are you actually arguing that Donald Trump is held to a lower standard than Kamala Harris?
Yeah, actually I am. If you could say, I'm
Tim.
going to get rid of Obamacare and I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do, then that is the lowest standard of all time.
Republicans aren't really known for creating large government programs.
You still need a health care policy.
Well, you know what? A health care policy doesn't need a huge government program. It's about private stuff.
Also, she gets away with being for Medicare for all and then not, and then whatever. Yeah, but also Donald Trump did not come up with no taxes on tips for corporate lawyers and hedge fund managers.
I tip my hedge fund managers all the time.
Hey, Jessica, just walk off the show. Get her, Jessica, walk off the set, please. Boy, the way they be coming for Jessica, boy, and throwing shade. Oh man.
Why isn't there
Only
an
around
income limit?
Click here.
It's always like 4 versus 1. But hey, man, I love you guys. We are wishing the best in all you guys' life, man. I'm wishing nothing but more blessings in all you guys' life, man. No matter what that is for you, I'm wishing it for you. As millions of people are struggling right now. People that watch my channel that I get to talk to on a daily basis in my comments, DMs, emails. People that have stories, man. And I've gotten to hear people out, man. And it hasn't been delightful, And I want to thank all the ones who've been reaching out to me, who've shared stories, who've emailed me, commented, DM. I love you guys, man, and I'm wishing the best in all you guys' life in this very, very fast time travel that we live in, man. But hey, spread love to one another. One love to the human race, man. One love to the human race, baby. And it got to be too big to rig. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace and love, y'all.